Here's a good old time motorcycle song. Says Red Molly to James, that's a fine motorbike. A gal would feel special on any such light. Says James to Red Molly, my hat's off to you. It's a Vincent Black Lightning 1952. I've seen you on the corners and the cafes, it seems. Red hair and black leather, my favorite color scheme. And he pulled her on behind and down to Bosler they'd ride. Says James to Red Molly, here's a ring for your right hand. I'll tell you in earnest, I'm a dangerous man. I've been fighting with the law since I was 17. I robbed many men to get my Vincent machine. Now I'm 21, I make 22, and I don't mind dying before the love of you. But if fate should break my stride, I'll give you my Vincent to ride. Well, come down, Red Molly, Sergeant McGee. We brought in James on armed robbery. Shotgun blast to his chest, left nothing behind. Come down, Red Molly, to his dying bedside. When she got to the hospital, there was nothing much left. He was running out of road, he was running out of breath. But he smiled to see her cry. Said, I'll give you my Vincent to ride. James to Red Molly, there ain't nothing in this world beats a Vincent Black Lightning and a red-headed girl. Now Nortons and Indians and Vespas, they won't do. They ain't got the soul of a Vincent 52. And he reached out his hand and gave her the keys. Said, I have no further use for these. I see angels in the air, in leather and chrome, coming down from heaven to carry me home. And he gave her one last look and died, and gave her his Vincent to ride. growing up in Wyoming, I grew up in Tin Sleep, and so it was little, man, population 200, and it was really isolated. I felt like we were on an island in the middle of the ocean or something growing up there. And that was before the internet when I was growing up. And so you're really isolated. MTV came along. I was like, wow, there's a world out there happening. There's music. And I used to sit up at night. I got a shortwave radio, and I'd sit up at night and I'd run copper wire through the trees and over my roof so I could pick up faraway stations out in the world. And just sit there at night, just like listen to the world out there. It's like, wow, there's other things out there, And it was, I was in my late teens before I really got out and saw a lot of things. So, and how did Wyoming influence music? Well, it's a very rural place primarily, and so most of my subject matter is very rural oriented, small town people and things like that. It's a country music. Well, I started, my first instrument was the 5-string banjo because my uncle is an old-time 5-string banjo player, an old fiddle player, and so that kind of music was always around me from the time I was born. So I started messing with that, and then in the early 80s I got a guitar and wanted to be in a heavy metal band, and so did that. Just started playing rock and roll guitar and played in some rock and roll bands, moved out to Pittsburgh and played in some metal bands out there. But the Americana thing was always with me. I grew up listening to the Ozark Mountain Daredevils and Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Taj Mahal, and that's all the stuff my folks used to listen to. So it was just always a part of my experience. So after the heavy metal years were over, I decided to go back to the roots and do Americana music. Jerry, second son of the Virgin Mary, the sun that didn't shine. Jerry, sort of blessed, but only barely, a little less than divine. It's hard to gain favor when your brother's the savior and you're an unwanted surprise. He walked on water at Galilee. You sank into the sea every time you tried. Miracles rarely happen twice. Just a holy roll of the dice. Jerry, life didn't treat you fair. Save a prayer for poor Jerry Christ. Of the Roman toga parties with card tricks that blew their minds. But every time he'd go, your brother stole the show, turning water into wine. So you roamed around the Holy Land, working as a roadie in a bar mitzvah band, and you sold a little pot by the Wailing Wall. But unlike your brother, you never heard your calling. Miracles rarely happen twice. It's just a holy roll of the dice. Jerry, life didn't treat you fair. Save a prayer for poor Jerry Christ. You gotta admit, you was plainly pleased when your brother got nicked by the authorities. They laid him in his grave. You thought for sure that that was the end of all you'd endured, for your time had come to claim your fame. Never to walk in his shadow again, but then he rolled away the storm. So you rolled one and got stoned. What's the use in trying? Miracles rarely happen twice. It's just a holy roll of the dice. Jerry, life didn't treat you fair. Save a prayer for poor Jerry Christ. Sad affair of poor Jerry Christ.
To get to play with a lot of my old heroes, you know, just at festivals or opening for them and stuff, and it's really cool to get to meet. I got to open for the Ozark Mountain Daredevils and Taj Mahal and Steve Earle and so many. John Hartford played with him. Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, I've played on stage with them 3 or 4 times, and John McEwen and I have played duet together, and it's really cool to get to meet all these guys, you know, that you grew up listening to and they're your heroes. The Ballad of Jerry Christ, I just got done making that one up. It's still kind of being writ. That's just a song about sibling rivalry. It's about having a famous sibling, and you're the underdog, you know, the black sheep, or like mom always liked your brother best. You know, that's what that song's about. And then what was the next one we played? Vincent Black Lightning. That's a Richard Thompson tune, which I've always loved, and I've always just enjoyed playing that one. I think I have a particular version of it, and I was glad to get that one recorded. And plus, I'm a big motorcycle fanatic, so it's a good motorcycle song. And then the next one was The Devil You Know, and that's just about bad ex-girlfriends. You know, just the devil you know. But yeah, go with the devil you know. Take 3.
Cheek to cheek, so far apart. She was never mine, only borrowed. Even ravens were jealous of the moonlight in her hair, and glowered as we circled around the floor. And we danced with the devil, you know. Dance with the one who brung you. Go with the devil, you know. And oh, how I loved her as her eyes swept the crowd for someone that she'd known long ago. She fortuned to find him as I went for more wine in into the night they stole together. And you dance, dance with the devil, you know. Dance with the one who brung you, and you go with the devil, you know. Tried to ease my mind, let her be forgotten. And it might have been wiser to put away the wine, but pride is hard to swallow with water. But just dance, dance with the devil, you know. Dance with the one who brung you, and you go with the devil, you know. I shoved 2 slugs into that cold blue steel and staggered around the town until I found her. And all my better angels whispered, just walk away. Well, you might say the devil shouted louder. Dance with the devil, you know. Dance with the one who brung you, and you go with the devil, you know. And you dance, dance, oh.